Hello you beautiful people, and welcome back to A Nice Road to Glory. Episode 12 today. We're jumping straight in with the gameplay. Coming up against Bladen's Bad Boys. Bladen apparently thinks he is cool enough to have bad boys, or gay enough that he has a lot of boys around him. He's rocking the BPL team there. Fairly cheap, nothing super incredible that had me worried. Old Mishi Bashit up front is an incredibly annoying player on this game because he is massively overrated for how shit he is in real life.
A victory, and they're up anyway, so they should be reasonably relaxed, and of course they're in decent form. Well, they are, as long as they have patience is the name of the game.
And we go and get things underway here in the 13th minute. My keeper clears it, and that right there, the bad control, was the story of my game. Everything that could go against me in this game would go against me. And you see that finish from a ridiculous angle. There we go. We clear it, and we're trying to make the comeback here. And I'm thinking, yeah, this is going to be a nice, easy goal. Play it through to Knopfjanka and Begovic with an unbelievable save. Then you can see my opponent here. Tackle him, falls back to him, mark him again, he gets the shot away, and keepers still haven't been fixed where they can pick up the ball that's rolling at 2 miles an hour. So my opponent gets the corner, and of course it's another corner despite him heading it straight over, and he wins the header, knocks it down, and of course I've got no one there picking it up, and he gets an easy header. And before the game was over, I give it up on the half, and then some terrible defending, and we're 3-0 down inside the first half. And I was angry at this time. My opponent was genuinely terrible, but every single bounce went his way. I could not get a single thing until the 90th minute where we make it 3-1, but it literally did not matter as the game was well and truly over, and you pick up a loss, a very undeserved loss in my opinion. My opponent was shit, and I should have stopped playing at this point because I was angry, and when I'm angry I do not play well, but I did not. We swapped over to the Serie A team, coming up against Untouched with his team called BPL. The kit's glitching out here, so I actually backed out, and I should have stayed backed out. I should not have gone into another game. I was absolutely fuming. I was so annoyed, and it just felt like FIFA had turned. You can always tell when the luck is going for you and when the luck's going against you. But we match up against Untouched again. This time we have different kits on. I believe the glitch is ridiculous. I don't understand why that glitch is in the game now when it's been fine for so many years. And we come up against Mishi Batshit again. This is a nicer team. Rooney seems absolutely incredible in midfield this year, even better than last year when he was amazing as a CDM. Anyway, we get things underway in this game. The 5th minute, my opponent does a nice little ball roll inside and just walks past me with Batshit. And for some reason, that's a penalty. I don't know what was happening in this game, but instead of grabbing and grappling players and tugging them off like a male porn star, they were diving in for tackles, even though it's the same button, and it annoyed me. And I was really hoping my opponent could not take penalties. Just a little bit further to the right and I would have got it. But we're 1-0 down in the 7th minute. I was not happy. Luckily though, straight from kickoff, we're able to get in with El Shawari, and the defending for my opponent here was just dreadful. But of course we hit the bar. Luckily El Shawari is able to get the rebound, and it's 1-1 straight away. Game back on. Nothing happened for the rest of the first half. Incredibly boring game. But as soon as the second half kicked off, my opponent here got a good chance, and Adler there with a fantastic save. I really like Adler on this game. I'm not sure whether it's worth upgrading him, because he's really fantastic. You can see there, we hit the post with Berardi with a really good little chance. We try and keep the pressure on, but ultimately nothing comes of it. And the game finished 1-1. And I was still very angry, because even though the stats were pretty even, I really didn't feel like my opponent deserved anything from that match. You can see Berardi picked up an injury in the last game, as is the theme of FIFA 17. Constant fucking injuries. Nothing but injuries. You want injuries? Injuries for you? Injuries for everyone. We come up against Mr. Leeds here. Again, it seems like neither of us know who's using what kit. It's so ridiculous. I don't understand how this hasn't been patched yet. I can't imagine that it's a particularly hard thing to patch and fix. It's just in the menus. You can see that he's got a cheap Serie A team. Again, there's nothing that I find particularly bothersome about that team. He's got quite a physical midfield, but other than that, absolutely nothing. And in the 6th minute again here, we tackle my opponent. I'm trying to play it out from the back. I make a stupid mistake, and we win it back. But again, we give it away, trying to play it out from the back, and of course, Jovetic, who couldn't fucking hit a barn door if he tried, manages to score from 25 fucking yards. And if you hadn't have guessed, I was so angry, because my opponent was bad. And you can see there, an easy chance, and of course, Felipe Melo dives across and makes the best save since Gordon Banks in the fucking World Cup. And you can see my opponent was being an absolute bitch playing Park the Bus, and I was just getting chance after chance, and he was getting last-ditch tackle. Everything that could go his way was going his way, and I was like, oh god, this is going to be another one of these fucking games.
One of the best, Martin, at just shifting across, reading.
But luckily, in the 54th minute, my opponent gives up the ball. I thought that should have been a free kick, but we get a long shot of our own with Mr. Konoplyanka. And of course, straight from that, my opponent goes down the other end with Callejon, manages somehow to beat Baba, just walks inside, cuts it back, and he's 2-1 straight away. And I am not lying when this guy was by far and away the worst person I've played. He was an absolute bitch. Luckily, I was able to get the equaliser with Draxler with a nice little turn and a finesse under the keeper. And at this point I was like, I really don't care. I know he's going to score and he's going to win. But fortunately, that was not meant to be, as we work the wing with Renato Sanchez, drill it across. Konoplyanka's there to get the third, and I was so relieved, because that is how the game ended. And we won, winning the Division 8 title, giving us 4,500 coins, which is fantastic. But that is where we will end it for today. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will talk to you later.